To understand the contrast between modern battlefield combat and global strategic strikes, you have to look at the geometry of the reach. A tank 3 kilometers away is an immediate threat. A command bunker 5,000 kilometers away is an abstract one. A shoulder-fired rocket cannot cross an ocean, and an intercontinental ballistic missile is of no use against a single frontline tank. The U.S. military manages these conflicting requirements through a kill web of specialized missiles, each engineered for a specific distance threshold. This system is the escalation ladder, a ranking of missile ranges that begins at 2.5 kilometers and scales to over 13,000. Mapping the mechanics of this ladder reveals how the United States maintains projection across every possible distance. The first rung of the ladder is the battlefield. These are engagements where the enemy is often within the operator's line of sight. The FGM-148 Javelin covers the 2.5 to 4 kilometer range. It is the primary tool for infantry to destroy advancing ground armor. For aerial threats, the reach extends to 8 kilometers with the FIM-92 Stinger. It remains man-portable, designed to clear immediate low-altitude targets like drones. The AGM-114 Hellfire caps this tier at 11 kilometers. Typically launched from rotary wing aircraft, it allows pilots to dominate the tactical airspace from a distance. This progress bar tracks our climb, stopping at the 11-kilometer mark for the tactical battlefield. At this height on the ladder, range is secondary to portability and the immediate survival of ground troops. Beyond the front line, the scale shifts to the theater, weapons designed for regional control rather than individual skirmishes. Ground forces use the ATACMS to hit targets 300 kilometers away. It moves the launch platform to a heavy tracked vehicle and moves the target far beyond the horizon. To dismantle defenses further inland, the military uses systems like the JASSM and the Precision Strike Missile. These push the strike boundary between 500 and 700 kilometers. Long-range continental strikes rely on jet-propelled cruise technology. The Tomahawk navigates up to 2,500 kilometers to reach deep inland infrastructure. The diagram now expands massively, stretching from 11 kilometers to the 2,500 kilometer mark for theater control. This tier allows commanders to dismantle an opponent's logistics while keeping their own ships and aircraft outside the range of retaliation. The upper rungs of the ladder are defined by extreme velocities and intercontinental reach. Hypersonic weapons like the ARRW and Dark Eagle cover distances up to 2,700 kilometers. By traveling at Mach 5 or higher, they minimize the time an adversary has to detect and intercept the incoming strike. The final rung is the strategic tier, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. This is a Trident II D5 breaching the surface. Launched from submerged submarines, these missiles have a reach of 12,000 kilometers. Land-based ICBMs like the Minuteman III and the upcoming Sentinel max out the scale. They are designed to strike targets 13,000 kilometers away, covering nearly any point on the globe. Our dataset now hits the absolute limit, with the progress bar locking in at over 13,000 kilometers. This tier is a strategic deterrent. It exists to ensure that any nuclear strike results in mutual destruction, dictating the terms of global geopolitical stability. The entire escalation ladder functions as a unified geographic grid. This maps the coverage. The tactical battlefield circles sit within the larger theater zones, which are covered by the 13,000-kilometer strategic arcs. These overlapping ranges remove operational gaps. If a target leaves the reach of a javelin, enters the effective range of an ATACMS. By maintaining a specialized weapon for every distance threshold, the United States has removed the concept of a safe distance for any adversary. As the Dark Eagle and Sentinel programs come online, the latter will only continue to scale in speed and reach.